Thank you. Senator Markey. No, I'm sorry, Senator Baldwin.
Thank you, Mr. Chair, Ranking Member. Thank you, Mr. Lutnick, for your willingness to serve. I'm going to ask first a sort of more general question, and then I want to dig into some details that you've heard a little bit about from my colleagues. But, you know, the Department of Commerce does significant work to ensure that U.S. companies are able to compete with China and drive. It also does a lot of work to drive innovation in America. And so I want to ask very broadly, how will you utilize the programs within the Commerce Department, including those authorized by the Bipartisan Chips and Science Act, to promote American innovation?
So, for the example, we want to bring semiconductors back to America. We want to look at the supply chain and bring that back to America. We want to create those great jobs in America so that way we can go back to innovating, which is where we began, right? Intel began the chips, right? And then the world sort of leveraged our chips. TSMC leveraged us and sort of took it from us. And who drove them? Apple. Who's Apple? It's America. So we want to bring that innovation back and make sure our great companies, and let's be clear, we have them all. There's no other country that has the incredible technology companies, pharma companies that we have. Let's bring those companies, manufacturing and innovation, and have them do that manufacturing in America with American workers, and let's drive that.
Thank you. One of the key parts of the Bipartisan Chips and Science Act, as you've heard from me when we met privately as well as from others, is the Tech Hub program. I'll bet when you were having your one-on-one meetings with others on this committee, you heard about their tech hubs as you heard about ours. Wisconsin's BioHealth Tech Hub positions the state as a global leader in personalized medicine. It tailors healthcare treatment to a patient's unique history and genetic code. Last week, I spoke with many in the consortium that presented the Wisconsin application, and their number one question was, can we count on future funding? The first tranche of funding has indeed been disbursed, but there are millions more that have been committed to the Tech Hub over the next 5 years. This week, the administration announced a freeze on all federal financial assistance passed by Congress, including on a bipartisan basis, as most bills out of this committee and out of the Senate are. So, Mr. Lutnick, I'm looking for a yes or no. Should Wisconsin's Biotech Hub be concerned that they may not receive future tranches of funding that were pledged?
I think the best answer I can give you is I have to look at it and understand it better. I can't really give you an answer as I sit here right now because I don't know the details. So I try to answer everything as best I possibly can, but if I don't know the details, the only thing I can say is I don't know the details.
I think you'll hear from a lot on this panel, particularly that this is a key part of how we lead innovation in the United States. And support for our bipartisan work on this will be very important. You and I spoke also about the impact a trade war will have on Wisconsin's farmers and manufacturers. I know Senator Fisher just asked you about this also. But I want to say that their experience under the first Trump administration makes them really nervous this time around. According to the Department of Agriculture, America's farmers lost $27 billion in export sales in 2018 and 2019, in large part because of the China tariffs. A generous share of Wisconsin's milk production ends up in dairy products exported to places outside of the U.S. And proposed tariffs on Mexico, Canada, and China, three of the main export destinations for U.S. dairy products, are likely to reduce dairy exports to a degree that would harm farm milk prices and processor profitability significantly. And I've been hearing from Wisconsin manufacturers who are very concerned about supply chains and their own facilities that are in other countries. So Wisconsinites are concerned that prices are going to go up. What would you say to Wisconsin farmers, Wisconsin manufacturers who are concerned about their exports, their supply chains, and retaliatory tariffs?
Our farmers, our ranchers, and our fishermen are the best in the world, and they are treated poorly. Canada, as we spoke about, treats our dairy farmers horribly. That's got to end. That's got to end. And if Canada is going to rely on America for its economic growth, how about you treat our farmers, our ranchers, and our fishermen with respect? And so I think the president and our Trump administration is going to improve the lives and is focused on improving the lives of our producers, our farmers, our ranchers, and our fishermen. These are vital. So I'm going to work hard to make sure, as an example, for your dairy farmers, they do much, much better in Canada than they've ever done before. And that is a key focus of this administration.
And can you commit to the American people that prices will not go up?
I can commit that the economy of the United States of America will be much, much better. A particular product's price may go up, but all of them, this is not inflationary. The two top countries with tariffs, India and China, have the most tariffs and no inflation. It is just a nonsense that tariffs cause inflation. It is nonsense.
Thank you for your testimony.
Thank you. Senator